Hello, my continue video. Today we're gonna take a look at Yveltal in the Open Master League. With the current GoFest kinda going around, we have quite a lot of Necrozma forms around and also quite a lot of Solgaleos, and so we kinda want to try to bring out some dark types today with that Yveltal, and there's maybe a different dark type that I also kinda want to try out in the Open Master League as well. We might see a video eventually after the GoFest here for the global GoFest been passed, because I kinda even want to hunt more of those Necrozmas. I could see Necrozma hunting being something that people are gonna do in the future as well. Right now, definitely not really happening. Like I don't think I encountered a single dark type really throughout those spells that I've done here. We're going to have a team, by the way, of Dialga in the elite. I had a different team as well. We had Dialga as a safe swap and had the Shadow Ho-Oh in the lead. But honestly, Shadow Ho-Oh, something that I really would not recommend you to build. Anyway, we're going to take a look at the Master League today. I am not going to do too many Master League videos. I have to say that. I might want to do like one or two more funny ones, but that's most likely it. I just don't like how the meta kind of shifted. I don't know, I didn't really like how basically at the current time all the Pokemon that are very, very good are insanely difficult to get, or like currently, at least while recording, pay to win. Of course, soon not anymore for the Solgaleo and Lunala fusion forms with Necrozma. But yeah, basically right now the top tier meta Pokemon is the Dialga/Palkia that were available for 1 weekend. The other Pokemon that are currently available through GoFest, which were not available for anybody else who didn't go there. And also a Pokemon that you need to get 200 Zygarde cells for. So the meta itself is quite inaccessible, which is a little bit annoying, but still we have some fun here today. And yeah, it was more about fun. It was not really about rating, to be fair, because I knew from the beginning Yveltal is just kinda outdated. That's still the case. It is very cool for those matchups against Solgaleo, against Lunala, against those fusion forms, but against anything else, it is kinda outdated. So, I don't know why, I did not expect it, but Everluck was everywhere. Like, Hisuian Everluck was everywhere, and I don't really see why. Like, honestly, I have no real idea. There's like one Pokemon that I can see, of course, which we have on our own team as well, which is the Landorus, why people would want to run it the entire time. But like, the amount of Everluck that I encountered with this team, madness. Like, our backline is double weak to Everluck, our lead is kind of neutral against it, but literally, I think I encountered, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something, which is seemingly maybe not as much for like 20 battles that I did in total, 18 with this team. But yeah, like for Everluck, which was a Pokemon that was never really around before. Interesting. I don't know. Like, maybe let me know in the comment section if you know why Everluck all of a sudden kind of spiked that much in popularity. Because I feel like the meta itself doesn't really give it the reason to do that. Because the most common Lunala form is the Steel form with the, I think Dusk Mane it is called. And also you still have Palkia, which has Aqua Tear. So I don't know. Like, I feel like the meta is not even that great for it. Our team is quite bad for it, but yeah, just kind of a little bit of an interesting sight there. Anyway, here the opponent was able to catch the move. I have to say, I don't like Oblivion Wing. Like, Oblivion Wing is kind of nice, of course. Like, this is a move that is going to do a little bit more damage than Dark Pulse. But it is not a move that I would recommend you to run actually on this Pokemon, because Focus Blast makes so much more sense in so many more situations for the Yveltal in order to have like good coverage against Pokemon, that I don't really see the point of having the Legacy move there. But of course, because it's a Legacy move, I'm still gonna keep it on it. But there were several occasions also here where more say Focus Blast would have helped me out or could have helped me out, but I was not able to really utilize that. Anyway, next opponent, we're going to have the Xerneas in the lead. This is actually the first battle I did with this team here. This was after swapping out my lead of Ho-Oh, and of course I was encountering Xerneas immediately after encountering back-to-back Palkia Origin form with my Ho-Oh before. I was like, algorithm exists for sure. Of course it doesn't, but still, it's kind of what it is. We're going to be able to use shield against the opponent Xerneas though. That is going to be a Moonblast coming through, which we are going to be able to shield up, as they're going to go back into their own Landorus, and that's something that I also I just don't really enjoy it. It's like to have all the time those mirror matchups, especially with like Landorus against Landorus. I always feel like I'm missing somewhere where the opponent gets all their energy, because I just feel like they always outspeed me no matter if I am in the lead or not. It's quite mad. But here we were able to get, I think, one shield with a bait, but like didn't get really anything else. I think that double debuff now, which we maybe actually can take advantage with, as he can take 2 of the moves of the Landerers here, which is going to be hopefully quite nice for us. As we can still reach the Iron Head, we can reach it against these Xerneas, getting the guaranteed knockout. And maybe we're going to encounter Necrozma in the back. Would be kind of cool to encounter Necrozma to hunt it down with our Yveltal. Let's see what it's going to be. It is going to be a Necrozma, and it's going to be even the best variant for us. It's going to be the one with a Moongeist Beam and Dark Pulse very likely as the move set of choice here, and we are going to be able to knock them out straight away as they're going to go into the Landerers. We can try to go ahead and go into our own Landerers, try to debuff them, because with a debuff, a Stone Edge is not going to be enough to knock us out anymore. And also kind of want to try to catch a move, which did not work out at all, but they're still going to go for a charge move here, which is quite nice, as Sensitive Storm is going to not knock us out there, but they only got one fast move in, and now I'm deciding to let the move go through. Stone Edge coming through, it is not going to knock us out, and so we can just go for back-to-back charge moves here with that Yveltal and win this battle. Good game there. Next opponent, Necrozma, but in the wrong position. I want to have it in back, not in the lead. We have 2 good answers though against this Necrozma, and so we can swap out into our Landerers, and this is like the team, I don't know why, but this team I encountered the entire time. It is quite an interesting one for sure. I don't really know, like I guess we have the hardest answer, like one of the harder answers to Landerers in the back with that ice type of Hisuian Everluck, and I guess it makes some sense to pair it then with the lead of Necrozma Dusk main form, but still, like, I don't know, I encountered this team quite often, and I don't really want to encounter this team anymore because it is quite broken. But yeah, we're going to see here, we're going to be able to actually align ourselves, which is quite interesting, as they're going to have a Zygarde in the back. Hooray! And it is just kind of frustrating, I feel like. Like, Zygarde being everywhere is just, I don't know, it's just so annoying to play against. It's just insanely bulky. It's basically like Wobbuffet, but you just do, like, get so much damage against you and has, like, great coverage, and you don't know if it's Outrage or Earthquake. Stuff like this, it's just like, I don't know. I don't really like the Master League. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it, because for me at least, Master League was back in the day one of my favorite leagues, but with all those crazy special forms, I feel like it's just like, I don't know, lost its vibe. Like, I feel like something like the origin forms of Palkia and Dialga still fine or something like this. But also there were some interesting move choices recently for the Master League, like Sensitive Storm, that just don't really make sense, don't really make the meta too great. Anyway, can we still survive a move here from the opponent's Zygarde? Yes, we can. Earthquake is not going to knock us out, but as you guys see already, like, this bulky boy is just also generating energy so fast. It's just kind of unfair to have a Zygarde at this point. But yeah, we are sadly going to lose this battle, even though it was quite close there. We're going to move on now to the next opponent. We're going to see here the Palkia in the lead and this Necrozma swapping in. That's exactly what we want to face, as we have our hard answer here in the back with our Yveltal. We would be able to take a move from the opponent as well if we want to. Let's see, we're going to do that. We will see here as well that the opponent decides to go for the Sunsteel Strike, and look at the damage output. Like, it nearly one-shots me, which is ridiculous. Why does it so much damage? It does more damage than I did with my super effective Dark Pulse. And again, that's kind of also the topic that I feel like, I don't know, like, Yveltal seems kind of outdated. It just does not really have any potential. That's mainly down to the fast move, to be fair. Both fast move and charge moves are not ideal. It would be ideal to have like a very cheap charge move on this Pokemon as well, but also to have like a fast move that also does damage. And like, that's the thing that as well, a lot of the fast moves that we had back in the day, that were good back in the day, like something like a Bullet Seed or something like a Snarl, which is basically the same move with a different typing. It just, like, those kind of lose its value if everybody is running Counter, and everybody is running Shadow Claw, and everybody is running, like, I don't know, Dragon Tail, Dragon Breath, stuff like this. Like, there's currently such a huge gap between those certain fast moves that I really hope that maybe even Counter gets nerfed, maybe even Shadow Claw gets nerfed, just to change the meta a little bit. I feel like the meta itself, for the Open Great League at least, at the current time, is quite balanced, but I feel like it's still kind of lame because it's the same for 9 months. And so, yeah, hopefully there's going to be good stuff happening for the next season, but here it is going to still be the old one. And honestly, I feel like I would have had a way much of a better time there if I just had like my Yveltal on the lead with the teams I encountered, because the amount of times that there was like a Necrozma on the lead or like a Mewtwo on the lead is quite mad. And of course, you don't see all the battles I did in total. It is still kind of a little bit annoying to see the matchups we had, because I feel like if we were a little bit luckier, we would have had most likely a little bit of a easier time at least. Here we can still go for the Iron Head. This is going to be able to knock them out, and the Dialga is swapping back into us. We can stay in here, and maybe this was a mistake. I tried to go for an Iron Head, didn't work out. And of course, now they have a ton of energy, and I feel like this might be actually a little bit of a mistake there. Maybe could have even swapped out into the Yveltal if I wanted to, and just take a move, but in the back, it's going to be the Palkia. We should be able to still survive another move afterwards, but what are we really going to do here? Like, they still have a shield left, which is going to be quite difficult, so even if I gotta knock them out here, it is still going to be a tough battle to come back from. We will see here the Spatial Rent is coming through, doing some solid damage, as we can go for our what's called Oblivion Wing, I think. Yeah, it's Oblivion Wing here. This is going to knock them out there as the Dialga comes in. I don't know, like again, Oblivion Ring, I don't think you really need it. I feel like Focus Blast is currently better, because even situations like this, I would have been able to just go for Focus Blast, would have had a great time, but not like this, and so we can go for another charge move here just to try to debuff the opponent's attack, and it actually might work out here. If it's an Iron Head and we survive with that, that would be great. It's an Iron Head and we will exactly survive just because of the debuff. Next opponent. Second to last one for today, we're going to have another horrible lead, and it's the same team. It's very likely just going to be another Zygarde in the back, and it's just annoying to deal with. Like, that's the thing as well. I feel like just Master League got to a point where it's just not fun anymore. Like, it's not fun to battle the entire time against Pokemon that completely are crazy at debuffing you, like Everluck, like the Landorus, like Pokemon that are insane with Bulk, or like the Zygarde there. It's just not really a lot of fun to play in this current meta, I feel like. And so yeah, that's again most likely going to be like 1 of 2 video for the Master League. I barely touched Master League the last few seasons as well for the same reasoning. And that's kind of sad. I really wish that things would be a little bit differently, but maybe in the end, like just some little bit of balance update there, but I doubt it, to be fair. Anyway, we're going to have a Palkia against us. We can go for the Oblivion Ring. This is going to be able to hopefully do some nice damage, and it does definitely two-shot the opponent, which is quite nice, as we will try to go for maybe a shield. No, we're gonna let it go through. Awkward here coming through, forcing the final shield now against the opponent here with that Oblivion Wing. This is going to be able to get the shield as well, which is quite interesting. Now we have to see what is going to happen now with the backline there, as we can go back into our Dialga. I'm forced to use a shield, very likely a Spatial Rent. It is a Spatial Rent here, and we can try to go for the full farm as I swap out into the Necrozma. This game is not over yet, because Necrozma is quite a squishy boy. We see here already we do quite a lot of damage, but we have to reach another move in time, which is not going to happen here, as they can go ahead and go for the Sunsteel Strike and just one-shot me from half health. Final battle for today. Oh, look at this, a great lead again. We're going to have the lead of Zygarde. We can have the safe swap of Necrozma, and safe swap of Necrozma I'm always happy with, because that's exactly what we kind of want to trap with our little trap. The Yveltal here. Zygarde is also on the opponent's team. Honestly, let me know in the comment section as well how many cells do you have for Zygarde. I think I'm at like 15. Like, I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and try to even go for the 200 cells for this Pokemon, at least at the current moment, because I feel like it's just like so not reasonable. It is just like such a annoying part of the game, because for me at least, I would really like to just walk around and go wherever I want, but with a route on the entire time, it's just a little bit difficult. Anyway, we're going to see here the Earthquake coming through, getting shielded, as we can try to go ahead and go for a Raw of Time eventually. They're going to be able to go for a charge move here. It's going to be the Psychic Fangs, which might actually help us out if they don't have Thunderbolt. Flamethrower, of course. Thunderbolt would be even worse on this thing. I feel like this would be maybe making it actually kinda not even better. But anyway, we're going to be able to go ahead and go for another charge move. Iron Head coming through. We can try to swap, which does actually work out. And so we can catch move here, which is going to be very likely another Psychic Fangs, which is going to be the case, and we can try to go for the full farm down as the opponent tries to go ahead and go for another Iron Head, knocking me nearly out here, but Zygarde still lurking there in the back. We can go for the debuffing Sunsteel Storm, which is just ridiculously overpowered. Like, well, yes, I'm using Landorus, which is one of the only Pokemon that I have that are currently really overpowered, but it is still not fair. Like, this Pokemon is like one of the best Pokemon for sure by a landslide, because like Sunsteel Storm debuff, like, it's just mad, like, for this thing. Like, it is just so mad. Anyway, we're going to be able to win the final battle here, which is quite nice. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.